Hello, howdy,
Swazdula!
welcome to another video. And today we are inside Warframe, a 2013 looter shooter released by Digital Extremes that has gained a lot of popularity over the years, and rightfully so. The game started off as a pretty basic Metal Gear Solid-esque space ninja sci-fi stealth game, but one community bug later, and we got one of the best movement mechanics in the entire looter shooter genre, bullet jumping. Then we got dogs, we got cats, sentient dildos that roam Earth, flying spacesuits, Transformers, literally Star Wars, a pregnant Warframe, this, and a lot more that I can't even fit in this trash segment. Nonetheless, this humble space sci-fi game turned into one of the greatest games ever released in this genre, with a player base that keeps rising every update. But in the midst of all of this, there's a common question I find a lot of players asking, new and old. Where's the endgame? Let's take this step by step and compare Warframe to its longtime rival, Destiny. Destiny, another game of the similar genre, has always had a very definitive endgame. Raids. Well, before the popularization of GM Nightfalls, but you know. So what are raids? Raids are 6-man activities consisting of like 4 or 5 different encounters, which all needed a very specific mechanic to be followed in order to beat them. Whether it is to solve a puzzle, puzzle room mechanics, or whether it was to defeat a boss, activate the damage phase of the boss. But nonetheless, naturally teams with less experienced players, or like unclear callouts or understanding of the encounter, would turn into like 6-hour nightmare fuel. It was just fucking horrific. You see how raids seem like a good endgame? Well, Warframe on the other hand, never really had an endgame. Sure, we had like Orkin Towers back in the days, or some could even argue that, Steel Path, arbitrations, or even Archon hunts could qualify as endgame. But that's also only slightly true for newer players, because once you get a grip on modding and start doing this,
Oh, hey, welcome to the Find Out phase.
all that goes out the window in terms of endgame. The only thing I could consider somewhat difficult are the weekly temporal Archimedes. But that too only because of the random gear element to it. Make it choose your own poison, and well, This, in my opinion, is where the mindset of higher level enemies equals endgame comes in. But while talking about higher level enemies, I think it would be a crime not mentioning level cap and damage cap. Level cap is when you reach enemies that are leveled 9,999. Throughout your endless missions, enemies gradually increase their level to raise the difficulty the longer you play. Hence reaching the possible cap to what you can reach in terms of what the level of the enemy is. Come on. Oh, so Abu, it's easy. Make every enemy level 9,999 and you go. Oh yeah, Timmy? Tell that to my 2 cats. Damage and cap. Damage cap. Similar to level cap, damage cap is the highest possible amount of damage a player can deal in a single damage instance. In the case of Warframe, that number is negative 2.1 billion. Yes, billion. AKA number too big, let's go negative. AKA pair that up with the bond mods and well, you get something like this. Well, all of this has always had me confused. As an old-timer on this game, I never really truly grasped what the endgame was, until it finally hit me. What I've been looking for was there all along. freedom. Yeah, freedom is the endgame of Warframe. Freedom? What the fuck do you mean freedom? Well, freedom to choose what endgame means specifically to you. You know, maybe endgame for you is surviving 5 hours in conjunction survival. Maybe it's just soloing a tridalon thrice in one night cycle. And if you're one of those people, please fucking carry me. I need people like you in my fucking friends list. Or maybe it's having 100 Roombas in your orbiter at once. Maybe it's decorating said orbiter. Maybe it is getting to the highest MR possible, or maybe it's just as simple as completing the entire Steel Path star chart. Point being, endgame in Warframe is not definitive. It's not objective. It's quite the opposite actually. It's whatever you, the player, wants it to be. Now some people might agree with this conclusion. And some people might still continue their search for the holy end game. But with the old piece update just around the corner, I really hope the new game modes that we get are going to be just as fun as the ones that we've been getting recently. And I'm excited for the new cinematic quest, because I know for a fact that Digital Extremes has always delivered with these cinematic quests. Listen man, I don't know when this company decided to just do a complete fucking 180 and decided to become a complete fucking movie production studio and give us quests like the New War or like Dweary or whatever the fuck, but I'm all for it. More power to you, Digital Extremes. Anyways, thank you all for listening. Holy yap, I know, but this is completely different than any of the other content that I've done on my channel. Still starting off, so you know, I'm experimenting different types of videos, maybe commentary, maybe gameplay, whatever. Speaking of gameplay, the old piece update comes out, and I have a very exciting video planned out for it. I'm planning on making an entire playthrough video of the new quest, the old piece. Quite ironic, you know, new quest, old piece, okay, fuck me. But if you are interested in watching that, make sure to subscribe. And apart from that, it's also going to be Uriel, that new Warframe. I'm going to try experimenting with the build video later on as well, so stay tuned for that as well. A lot of interesting things coming up. And apart from that, let me know what you think down in the comments below about this entire broad topic of Warframe Endgame. You know, I'd really love to hear your thoughts about it. And hopefully, I see you guys in the next video in good health, good faith, and good circumstances. Bye bye.